went down near the wall after I cooked my electric motor again, and we're just fishing this area there. There's a tree just out from the bank, catching little ones on blades, and I can't think of his name.
Trevor Burgess?
Trevor Burgess. He dropped 2 good bass beside his boat on another point, and so he ended up going away from that point. I moved in, caught me fish.
So we should give these to Trevor, should we?
So I'd just like to thank Trevor.
Well done, Mark. Folks, put your hands together for Steve McLean. All right, now we move on to the owner of the yellow boat. One fish, 105 kilos. It was a nervous wait for him. He hung around for a while. When he weighed that fish in, he handed it to me and he was shaking like this, and I think he's been shaking until the very end of the weigh-in. As I said, one fish for 105 kilos. He is now the proud owner of this yellow bluefin 375 John boat and a 50-pound motor guide bow mount. It is Ricky Simmons. Well done, Ricky. I think you're the only guy I've ever chatted to on stage who's actually shorter than I am, mate. Tell us, how'd you catch a fish?
On TN50, I just went down the lake, thanks to my Parsons, went down the lake right down the end, turned right, and just found a point there, and just fished TN50s. We had a ball this morning.
So you're fishing to the edge, you just chuck them in, sink them to the bottom, and do what?
Fish everywhere. We had a bit of a plateau of about 10 foot, we had a 10-foot flat, and we sort of, it was as big as this nearly, and you could throw anywhere.
Yep.
Early this morning, and they were just, they were on fire.
Now, did you fish this spot yesterday?
Yes, for no good. I fished it in pre-fish and caught a good fish, and I realised that was where I was going to go, but went back yesterday for nothing. And Dave Bullard, we had a chat last night, and I realised that was the only point that I had left today.
Yep.
Without moving in on people, so I went back there and it was on fire.
Now, is this your first victory in the Bass Electric Series?
First victory, yeah.
Nice, so you're going to pick up some good ranking points for this. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Parsons, but mainly because they've done such a good job looking after me, and it's such a good product. So yeah,
absolutely.
And Dean Galloway, because he's a good mate of mine.
Well, mate, we've got some good photos of your boat and your fish and everything, so I'll make sure we get those in your hands so you can pass them on to your sponsor.
Appreciate that.
Folks, put your hands together for Ricky Simmons. All right, now let's have a look overall for fishing. This is who gets bragging rights. This is who gets in the tour guide, and this is what you get the ranking points based on. In 10th place, one fish for 1.13, we have Mike Skinner. 9th place, Gary Leather with 2 for 1.21. In Galloway, 2 fish for 1.24. Dale Ayana, 7th with 2 fish for 1.25. Moving on to 6th, 2 fish for 1.32, Paul Fleming. 5th, Shane Anderson, 2 fish for 1.64. 4th, Dave Trinder, 3 fish for 1.91. 3rd, Adrian Wilson, 3 fish for 1.95. 2nd place, Ashley Sims, 2 fish for 203. And the number 1 spot, 3 fish, so he got his full limit both days. 3 fish for 2.07. We have Sean Falkenhagen. Well done, Seano. This is yours to take home for 12 months, mate. We had the winner from last year on it, Dave Trinder, so you're you're with some pretty good company there.
Yeah, thanks. I'd like to thank ABT for putting these events on for starters. It's been a terrific weekend and throughout all the year too.
So how many events did you fish throughout the year?
I probably fished 7 or 8 throughout the year, the Wivenhoe ones. Hung around Brisbane area, so went up to Isis for 2 events, didn't catch a fish. So, but yeah, mainly the Wivenhoe ones.
So which event did you qualify at?
Wivenhoe. By default too.
It's the sweetest 2 words in the English language, default.
It is.
And I'm sure we're going to see you on the tour next year.
Certainly am.
All right, mate, good job, folks. Put your hands together for Sean. All right, now we also have bragging rights for overall on the tournament. Now that includes all 4 activities: quiz, fishing, casting, fishing, all up. Let's have a look. 10th place, 344 points, we have Danny Malloy. 9th place, 349, Tony Thorley. 8th place, 350, Paul Homburg. 7th place, 352, Gary Leather. Ahead of him in 6th, we have Dave Bullard. 352. Then we move on to 5th, Andrew Bonnock, 352. 4th, Mick Skinner, 353. So all those guys are on 352. You basically get the same placing because we can't split the tie. We move on to equal second. So we have 2 here. Paul Fleming, 370. Also, we have Adrian Wilson on 370. And on the number 1 spot, Sean Falkenhagen. Mate, you've cleaned up this weekend. 374 points. Oh, I think we're all talked out, mate. I don't think we've got much else to chat about. But good job. I'll give you a call tomorrow and we'll have a chat for the story that we'll put on the web and in the magazine. Okay, we have some random draws to give away. Before we do that, we might have a look at the rankings. Of course, for the number 1 ranked Bass Electric angler at the end of the year, after the Bass Electric convention, they get to hold on to this. Thank you very much, Dave Trinder. He put that together for us. Marcel has just punched them all into the computer. And he also tells me with the conclusion of this event, we now have 2 full years of results. So from our first event next year, we're going to start dropping off events. The event that we will drop off when we pick up our first event next year is the 2009 Clary Hall Dam event. John Ski won that event, so he's going to lose his win from that. And hopefully everybody else is going to start to pick up some points. So we're going to go from 10th through to 1st. In 10th place with 234 points, we have Brett Kleinsmith. In 9th with 264, we have Dale Ayana. In 8th place with 286, we have Dave Bullard. In 7th place, 287, Jason Lyons. In 6th place with 293, we have Jesper Neusen. On 5th with 293 also is Adrian Wilson. And Adrian gets it over Jesper because he did better at this event, the last event. In 4th, we have Shane Anderson with 335. In 3rd, we have Ian Galloway with 342. In 2nd, we have Jonathan Ward with 360. In the number 1 spot, and he's a fair way ahead, and he's going to take a fair bit of catching, with 417 points, we have Dave Trinder. Dave, up you come, mate. Now we're chatting to Barry on Friday night. He's won 8 of these events. Barry? Yep. How many have you got on your mantelpiece now? How many electrics have you won?
Well, more than that. I think last year, I had 7 up last year, so before you start the rankings, I think.
No, event wins.
Oh, what, this year and last year?
Yeah, it just in total.
About 5 or 6.
About 5? So you're hunting Barry. And he's retired, so he's got plenty of time to go fishing those days. Mate, and you're winning your own trophy.
I am, but at least we've kicked it off anyway, and then everyone else can start chasing there.
Now, you travelled a fair bit. Now, you flew up to a few of the events, and you did the big long road trip from Taree, so you've covered a fair bit of ground.
Yeah, I think I was up here about every second weekend there for a while and that, and I must thank Ian Galloway anyway and Dave Bullard for putting me up, and I think it was my last time I was invited back, I think.
and we've been chatting about Wivenhoe because it's one of my favourite places, and you'd been there many, many times, hadn't caught a fish, but you got stuck into the motherlode a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I flew up here and had to get some tattoos done and end up going out with Ian, and yeah, they had a fantastic day, and actually started to believe you guys that there were some 50 pluses in there.
Oh yeah, it's a special place. When you get onto them, you have a whale of a time. Anybody else you'd like to thank?
Just like go home. Like ABT, all you guys, it's been great. Bluefin and Motor Guide, and just everyone for putting in.
All right, mate, good job. Put your trophy down. I'm going to get you to hang around because we need to draw the winner of this little green bait here. Now, we also have some more nitro spinner baits here, and we're going to give these away. Put your hand up if you've organised